Hey everyone, Ending here for another episode of the Battle of the Black Gate. When we last left off, we went into this crazy Wayne Rider ghost place and basically took care of business and maybe got them to come and aid us against this horrible Numenorian foe. And now, we are going to see if that worked. It is time to see if our ruse has succeeded, Ending. Are you prepared? Oh yeah, we're ready. We've been ready for a whole episode now, so let's get going.
In a desperate bid to rid the wastes of two terrible foes, Faramir, son of Ondaher, has devised a ruse to set the Wayne Riders of old against the merciless Black Numenorian, Búrúdagath the Bloodletter.
Búrúdagath. Okay, that makes a little bit more sense. Although I have spent many years upon this hill, never once have I raised a weapon against the orcs. They came to regard me as nothing more than some sort of twisted amusement for their master, and in time I began to believe it myself. You have freed me from such delusion, my friend. It may have been folly for me to join the battle long ago, but to flee this fight could bring ruin to Gondor, to my people. Andang, we must rid the hill of orcs, and leave none but the Bloodletter to the Wayne Riders. If they encounter even one orc that is loyal to him, it may reveal our deception, and that is a chance we can ill afford to take. We must move now. I shall do what I can to aid you. If we are to prevail, we must clear the hill of orcs at once.
That man and the spirit are back. Go tell the Bloodletter.
How can I fight a spirit? Okay, so that's not at all how he sounds.
You never scared us before.
Well, apparently we are now, so deal with it, buddy. And so we return to this crazy place once again. Man of Mordor, okay.
Ah, dear Faramir, have you come to watch more die by my hand?
No, I come to challenge you and all your orcs.
After all this time, you still think yourself a warrior? So be it. You are fated to fail, Faramir. Come, my servants.
Okay, I think this guy got stuck somehow. There we go.
When I took Onir's banner, I meant to scorn him in death. How fortunate I was that his fool of a son was cursed to witness it all. How many horrors has your folly visited upon the kingdoms of men, Faramir? How many have fallen because of your selfish desire to prove yourself? It is no matter now. Champion, you shall regret returning to this place. You have defied my master again and again by now. I shall end his favor and succeed where so many have fallen.
Oh great, let's fight you. Oh dang, that looks painful. Darkness creeps into your vision and you fall to the ground. Well, that's not good.
Submit.
Oh dang. Oh dang.
Do not struggle, Andeng. It shall not avail you. I know much of you, champion, as I did long before you set foot into this land. The Dark Lord has plans for your pathetic host and this upstart king. I was commanded to let them pass unmolested, and so I did. But when they lie beaten and broken before the Black Gate, my work shall begin anew, and I shall end them here one by one. As for you, die now, and consider this my truest mercy.
At the last moment, a familiar chill rushes into the fane as the Wainriders appear.
What trickery have you wrought? Answer me, spirit.
You cannot conceal your true ancestry from beneath dark armor or pallid flesh. Look, coward, you stand beneath the hated banner of Gondor, and all your peoples are foes of the Wainriders. We have waited many long years for our vengeance. Now we shall have it. Die in shame, dog of Numenor.
Why have the Dark Lord's spirits come for me?
You have done my people a great favor, man, and so I shall leave you in peace. Heed my kindness and trouble us no more, else our peace shall be ended. Come, men, we ride to Dol Akarn, and to celebration. Dang. So, guys, you kinda left us here. Oh no, he's back.
How have I failed him? How? No, not more of them. So many dead. Can you not see them, Andeng? I killed you all. Stay away from me. All of you. Stay away. No.
As Barath succumbs to his visions of the dead, you are able to break free. What has happened, Andeng? I'm filled with sorrow that I could not aid you further before the battle's end, Andeng. And I am glad the Wainriders arrived in time to draw his attention from you. It seems the folly of my past has been answered this day. Perhaps it was once true that my allies were fated to a greater end without my hand in battle. But no more. As I took my father's banner now, I see the might of a Gondor that once was, and maybe again. For all the defilement Buru-Dagath brought upon it, it resisted any final destruction. Gondor itself must now press onward, through the darkness in much the same way, it seems. We have won a great victory this day, but I believe it time I leave this place, and its painful memories behind. Go, return to your friends in the ruins, and tell them of our victory. I shall see you again soon enough, Andeng. Alright, that is awesome. It is done, Andeng. My father's memory is no longer defiled, and the bloodletter's grip on the wastes is broken. Dang, that was awesome.
Let us hope you bring glad tidings, friend.
It has been a long march, Andeng. I can speak only for myself, but I am prepared for what may come when we reach the Black Gate. If my death awaits, I shall welcome it in the service of Gondor and of King Elisar. Even still, it is a weight to bear, and each man here bears it. I have seen much in these last days that I never imagined, and I am sure more still awaits beyond my sight. For all of these unknown joys or ills, I have not seen the elves in this company falter even once. Whether they fear or not as men do, they seem charmed. I wonder what eases them so in such times, and I wonder if it might offer some comfort to our company. Would you speak to them, my friend? Okay, I guess we're going to talk to Legolas. I don't think he realizes that there's only one of them here, as far as I know. Alright. Although we did not achieve such a victory without the loss of some of my men, I'm gladdened that our foes shall trouble us no longer before we reach the Black Gate. Who would have thought that spirits might be turned against another evil? You continue to surprise me, Andeng, though I'd honestly prefer fewer surprises as we approach the Land of Shadow. As for those we lost, they shall be given fitting burials here within Herondir. We are all called to sacrifice in such times, and they served Gondor faithfully to the last. I remain curious why that spirit would linger in such a grim place, but perhaps such things are beyond my understanding. Let us hope your victory is a sign of things to come. A familiar chill passes over you and Anborn as you finish speaking. Hail, Andeng. I hope I have not frightened your friends, but I felt compelled to stand amongst my own people once more. Who is the captain of these men? You inform Faramir that King Elisar commands the host of the West, but Anborn is the captain of the Rangers of Ithilien, who serve within the host. Ithilien. It has been centuries since I traveled the gardens, but their beauty has never faded from my mind. And you, Anborn, you are one of its wardens? Anborn appears stunned by Faramir's remarks, but nods. I know not what Andeng has told you of me, but I am Faramir, son of King Onderhir, and I pledge my sword to you, to Gondor, and to the king. Faramir bows deeply before Anborn. If my curse should ever be lifted, it shall be in the service of Gondor. I am honored to have one of the king's line amongst our foes. Faramir, your fate seemed always a tragic one, but perhaps more of it remains to be written in the days to come. My captain shares your name, Faramir, and though he was not well enough to travel with us, I feel a queer hope in your presence. I shall not deny you, son of Onderhir. Gondor has need of you once more. Anborn turns to you, his face a mix of awe and amusement. Perhaps now the orcs shall have good reason to think Herondir is haunted. That's awesome. That is awesome. Very cool. Very, very cool. Alright. Let's make our way on up through here. Oh, Andeng. What is all this? You explained to Artemir that you recovered a collection of relics from the Hill of Dolakarn. I would prefer to study these relics in the more well-kept houses of lore, but Herondir shall have to do for now. No, what am I saying? You are perhaps the only one in Herondir who will still look at me, much less speak to me. I should not belittle a gift unasked for. You are too kind to bring such artifacts to me, especially after how much trouble I have caused you and the Rangers. I think it shall be some time before they let me out of their sight again. But what an adventure it was. Awesome, awesome. Let's talk to Legolas and see what else needs to be done. Gimli finally got a box. Oh, that's awesome. That is awesome.
Your ranger friend is perhaps too eager to think such things of the elves.
What is it, my friend? You tell Legolas of Ekil's sense of wonder about the elves at Arondir, and how he wishes that he and the other men might be so at ease as well. Legolas chuckles to himself, and Gimli scoffs quietly beside him. Your ranger friend is perhaps too eager to think such things of the elves, isn't he, Gimli? It is not a lack of fear that drives me forth, but a sense of duty to Aragorn, and to our kin in the host. You and I have shared this long journey together, and fear has not yet broken us, even if it has lingered at every step of our adventures. These men are the bravest of this age, and I would not see them falter now. Victory can be won over the enemy, and none would know that better than the sons of Elrond. Why don't you speak to them, Mandang? I wonder what they would make of Ekil's talk of fearless elves. Okay, let's go talk to the only other elves that are here. What troubles you, Andang? You tell Elladan and Elrohir of Ekil's hope that the elves in the host of the west are without fear. Elladan stifles a laugh, but Elrohir is unable to hold back. Before Elladan is able to speak, Elrohir quietly interjects. I am sorry, my friend. Were that the truth, he would be the first to know. These men should not think so little of themselves. Elladan gestures to Elrohir to be silent and begins to speak. No, there is no hidden bravery within us, my friend. Perhaps we benefit from knowledge of the past, but in matters of the enemy, fear is ever present. The Ring-Bearer's quest is unlike any errand in the time of our father and the alliance of men and elves. You say these men are fearful, but they still march forth knowing their doom. That is the truest bravery, and they must be made to see it. Andang, my father's tales can do much to inspire hope and awe. Elrohir and I have heard them many times, and they are known to us now, perhaps even more clearly than to our father after these long years. His tales are full of both glory and despair, but certain moments carry with them no sadness even in the face of loss. He told us many tales of the battles during the last alliance, and while no moment can match the joyous defeat of the enemy at the end of the Second Age, there are others that might inspire those in times such as these. My mind is drawn to father's tales of the Battle of Dagorlad. It was a great and terrible battle that raged for many long years, and even after victory was won, many were passed before the ring was cut from the Dark Lord's finger. Even still, it was a victory that marked a turning point in what to many seemed a hopeless war against Sauron. Men, dwarves, elves, and even the High Elves stood fast against the enemy's forces, and though many were lost in the fighting, they pushed forth and threw down the Black Gate. It was a tale of victory against great odds, and it seems we march to a battle that shall be much the same. Brother, can you think of a greater tale to tell these men? Elrohir shakes his head and seems pleased with Elladan's choice. Gather the men of Arondir, my friend, and let them hear of glory from us. Alright, well I think that does bring this episode to a close. When we return, it will probably be the final episode of the Battle of the Black Gate, but that is not till next time. Thank you everyone so much for watching. If you enjoyed this episode, be sure to leave a like down below, and I will see you again real soon for another episode of the Battle of the Black Gate.